Hey guys, it's Lewis from Aspiring Gent, and I want to help you learn how to shorten your shirt sleeves. Try and say that 10 times fast. By doing this, I'm going to be giving you my step-by-step process in this video, so let's get into it. So maybe you're like me and you buy dress shirts that kind of fit everywhere, but the sleeves for some reason are just off, or maybe you just have oddly shaped arms for your body proportions. Happens all the time. I'm always shortening guys' sleeves at the shop, so I want to show you guys to be able to do it at home if you have the right tools to get the job done. Now, as you can see with this shirt, it is quite a bit longer than it should be. I have washed it a few times, and I do recommend that anybody who wants to shorten their shirts or take them in is wash them a few times because shirts tend to shrink. Try it out. Maybe it'll be perfect, but otherwise, if you've done it through the wash a few times, now is the time to try and shorten it. So when it comes to marking the sleeves, there are many ways you can get around to getting the right length that you want, but this is the easiest, simplest way that I know how to do it. All you're going to do is unbutton all the buttons on the cuff, stand straight looking forward, cuff up the sleeve to where you want it to be. For most people, it's going to be falling right on like the meaty part of your thumb. And then I throw 2 pins in. One to just hold both layers of fabric together so it doesn't unfold, and then one at the bottom to show exactly where the length is going to be. This is super straightforward. I've never had an issue with it. So this is the kind of layout and the tools that you're going to need. Obviously, sewing machine and thread, scissors, tape measure, seam ripper, chalk, and some pins. You won't need as many pins if the shirt is darker and you can see the chalk on it, but because this is lighter, we're going to use a lot of pin basting rather than just using chalk. So you have your garment at the marked point. You're going to take out this first pin, just revealing how far up you want it to go. And this, we need to shorten it about 1.5 inches. So how are we going to measure this? Because we have to account for the length of the cuff, which is usually 2.5 inches, in this case 3, we're going to measure up 1.5 inches from the top of the cuff, not from here, obviously. So this whole cuff just needs to move up 1.5 inches, which for us is going to be right here. And then just do that all the way around the sleeve. Now there are all your pins. Don't be afraid to add as many pins as you need to. And again, if you have a darker shirt, you can use the chalk, which is a lot easier. Now we have everything marked. We're going to take our seam ripper and take apart all of the pieces. So the cuff's going to come off, the front of the placket, this button right here, and the inside of the placket all need to come off. So we've got all of our pieces cut out. What is the next step? And that is cutting out this slit for the placket to slide into. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to take this outside placket piece. And we're going to measure from this cutout here all the way to the bottom, which on this is 4.5 inches. So all you have to do from this point, is measure 4.5 inches up from where your mark is, where it's going to be shortened. So the new mark's going to be up here, which in line with this will be right here. And all you have to do is cut a straight line up to that point and then cut out like this little triangle that you see here, because that's going to be really important in the assembly. So just completely copy this, but kind of slide it up to here. Now the only extra step I've done is I did add a few pins around just to connect all the dots. And once you have this placket recut, we are going to measure 1/2 inch down from where our finish line is, and we're going to cut right along that so that the cuff will fit in there very nicely. Now we go to the sewing machine to get the pieces put back together. One quick note, also, if you take apart one sleeve, make sure you keep all the pieces together and pin it to the sleeve, because it's very easy to mix them up and sew the sleeve cuff on the wrong way. I've done it a few times and I've had to completely undo it and sew it onto the other sleeve. So now that you're here at your sewing machine, you're going to start putting together the placket first, starting with this little piece here if you need to and it's something as wrinkled as this, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go press it on your iron. So we're going to start with the placket, starting with this little guy here. I throw this one on just so I know which side it goes on. That slit goes into the seam, so that means this has to go on that side. So just pin it on as far in as it will go, and then we're gonna run it through the sewing machine. So this is what it should look like. It doesn't have to be completely flush with the bottom, as long as it's just below your pin. And what is most important is you want the top to have a little bit of an overhang, because the reason we cut out this triangle right here is this is going to be stitched together, and I'll show you that as soon as I'm done stitching this down. So with all that sewed down, we are going to take the pieces of the two split ends, lay them on top of each other, get this guy out, and we're going to just take that triangle and bend it up like this so that both those pieces meet like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to stitch it down, kind of like these two. So there's the front. There's the turned up triangle. We're just gonna put a seam. Let me grab my seam ripper here. We're just gonna put a seam right across there. Now when you turn up that triangle and stitch it, it should all lay very smoothly. If you have any puckers on the side, it means you probably pulled the triangle up too much or you pulled the placket up too much. So just take it off until you get it stitched so that it lays smooth. Now we're just going to add this. And in the same manner, we're just going to pin this to the side of the seam like we did here. We're gonna stitch from this part down and we'll do this top triangle later. So we've got all this pinned on again, just like the other side. We're gonna start right up where this pin is and go straight down and just do this part. This piece is all sewn on. Going to again lay them out like they will be if everything was buttoned. Make sure that everything lays smoothly. Now we're gonna work on this top triangle piece. All I do for this is I throw a pin on this side of the placket where the button would be holding it. Ow, don't poke yourself. And boom, that's it. Then I throw a pin directly in the center of that top triangle. And then it's just a matter of working it through your machine just to catch this top layer and this fabric and not stitch the sleeve together like that. If you have a removable bottom, you can try and use that to get around, but if not, you just gotta play with it a little bit. Usually I just kind of turn it into itself like this so that it's that side. And it just takes a little bit of maneuvering to go back into this stitching all the way around and then right across here, just following the old stitch marks. Once you have it done, button the bottom buttons, make sure that those two parts of the cuff line up, and then pull it tight just like this. And you're gonna put a pin through that hole to mark where you're gonna put that button back on. So with everything laid straight, right about there. Grab too many pins. So pin it just like that. Pull it out, and that's the spot. Now, as far as how big you should make your pleats, it's all gonna depend on how much you shorten the shirt, because the higher up the shirt that you go, the wider it gets, so the bigger the pleats and the more pleats you're gonna need. You could measure the length of the cuff and then take the length of the finish mark and then subtract however much it goes over, and that's how big your pleats are. But for me, this method of just doing it on the fly is a lot easier to know where I want them and be able to play with them in like their positioning. So you can do it with all the math and figuring that out, but this way works good for me. And like I said, I just work from this end till I get to the pleats and then I pin it all down. So that's my finished product. Doesn't look too pretty right now, but we're gonna run it through the machine right across that top part. Once you have it done, button the bottom buttons, make sure that those two parts of the cuff line up, and then pull it tight just like this. And you're gonna put a pin through that hole to mark where you're gonna put that button back on. And that's the spot that this button needs to go back on. And if you're at this stage, congratulations, you just finished the shortening of your shirt sleeves. Now, I did press them, I didn't show that, but that is a fact that you should always press your projects no matter what you're working on. But this is how it looks. As you can see, it is much shorter, but it looks very similar. There's nothing that looks like it's been homemade or hand done, because this is a very professional way of going about shortening your sleeves. Here, when I throw on a jacket, I think it just gives an even better distinction between what it looked like before and what it looks like now. So if you are struggling with this, hopefully this was helpful to get the sleeves at the right length. So hopefully you found all of this information useful, and you are able to then go share it with other people who want to know how to do the same thing. I hope that people are able to like, share, comment on all of this content, just so that it gets out and more things are able to be created, and I can get a better feel for what you guys need. I also hope that this was the clearest way that I could put all this out there for you guys. And if you feel like there was any spots I missed or some things you have questions on, always feel free to reach out to me in the comments or any of my other social media platforms. I'll leave them down below where you can reach out to me, so whatever is more convenient for you. But thank you again for watching so much. This means a lot that I'm able to do this for you guys. I'll see you in the next video.